The reason why my GPA was so low is because I took an accounting class and I wanted to be a business major, but accounting does not like me. And so I made a very bad grade. I failed it twice. I finally passed it on my third round, but I realized that just because you're weak in some areas doesn't mean you're weak.
All right.
Just because you have limits doesn't mean you can't have a limitless life. I really feel like
You better stop.
trying to be good. Okay. But this is a story, this is some pictures of recently in May. I finally completed as a 34-year-old young man. I graduated with my bachelor's from Regent University with a bachelor's in Christian leadership and management. It took me 14 years to get this degree done, but my life didn't start off like that. It started off like this. It started off in 9th grade when I was transitioning in my life, in my body, in my relational status, because if you look at this picture, you see me, you see my best friend, which is my mom, but who don't you see? I had limits. Because as a young man, I know how to love, but I didn't feel whole. Because I had limits. I didn't have the typical life that they had on the TV. I didn't have the mom and the father. I had limits. But my mom stayed there. So then I started to pick up things. Y'all mind if I make a little noise? Y'all mind? So I realized after watching Drumline that I kind of like that. Because I wasn't the tallest, but I wasn't the shortest. You know, I didn't have LeBron size skill. I wasn't Michael Jordan without the shoes. But there was something about 2 pieces of wood that changed my life. And I realized that in order to hide, yes God, in order to hide from my pain, I had to find something to ease it. So for some of my friends, they sold drugs. They were in gangs. For me, I practiced. And then I practiced more. And then I practiced more. Because if I didn't have my father, and because what I didn't know, that at the end of my 9th grade year, my parents would be divorced after 20 years of marriage. So now I'm 14 and I'm broken. Because I was raised without you, and then you leave. I had limits. And there are often times in our life where our circumstances deter our destiny. And we say, well, it's because I didn't have the support. I couldn't graduate. It's because I didn't have the necessary, I didn't have enough money for the books. We all have limits. So I found something.
All right, you ain't bad.
I know what I'm saying? Okay, all right. I know a little something. I'm going to put these back because I'll play these all day. I'm supposed to be talking 30 minutes. So, I found something that gave me a reason to wake up. For a while, I didn't have one. Because I thought that life was supposed to be perfect and that eventually they would get back together. I thought if I performed well, if I made enough grades, they would get back together. I had, like some of us young and old, if we be honest, we have limits. But I've got a quick thing I want to say. Going from limit to limitless is an idea you have to have in your mind.